and welcome to Cupcake Addiction's layered scalloped frosting tutorial, where I'll be showing you how to achieve this really pretty and very unusual style of frosting on your cupcakes. I love this frosting because it can be used with any colour combination. You can rainbow it, you can use it with one colour, two colours, as many as you like. Tools and equipment that we will be using today. I have 2 Ziploc bags because I'm using 2 colours today, so you'll need as many Ziploc bags as the amount of colours you wish to use. A pair of scissors. I've got some buttercream frosting. I do have a great recipe for this frosting on my channel, so if you don't have a good frosting recipe, I will leave a link to that one in the description box below. I've gone with a dark pink and a lighter pink. I've got my cupcake here and I've pre-frosted that in our flat top icing style. So we do have a whole tutorial on how to get your cupcake to this stage ready to decorate, and I will also leave a link to that in the description box below. I've got 2 spoons and I've got a knife. Let's get started. We're going to open up the Ziploc bags, we'll do both of them, and just fill them up with that really nice icing. If you love our tutorials, make sure that you head on over to our channel MyCupcakeAddiction and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more from us. We upload several times a week and we would love to have you stop by. So just taking your frosting there, pop it into your 2 Ziploc bags. We can get that out of the way. Now you just want to push your frosting down to the corner of the bags before we seal them up. So sealing that up and just letting any excess air out right before we seal that last little bit. Same with this one. Okay, so you want to take both of your bags and we're going to cut off quite a decent little corner. So you sort of about that much, but you want it to be piping you out a circle or a dot about that size. So you can see there, it's quite a nice little tip on it. It's not as fine as what we would usually do if we were going to do detail work. And try to get your 2 points roughly the same size. Now I went with a contrasting colour for my flat top frosting, just because I wanted to mix it up a little bit. Pinks and purples always go together. For this style of frosting, it is actually really simple. We're just going to pipe a few dots along the edge, so right next to each other so that they're touching. You just want to pipe just a few dots that look like that. You want to take your knife and make sure you've got a knife with a nice rounded sort of a flat edge on it, and you're just going to smooth it off. So you're smoothing from about halfway down the dot. So you sort of push the dot down and it bulges the back of it out, and then you smooth the front of it down into that frosting. Make sure that you're wiping off your knife in between colours. Now from here, we're going to go one on the end here, and you want to keep your dots on top of each other. So we'll go across here, and an extra one at the end as the cupcake gets a little bit bigger, and we're going to repeat that step with pushing in our knife and swiping it down. And back to our darker pink again. So basically you can see what we're going to do here. We're just going to repeat this process until we've completely covered that cupcake. I have seen this done with rainbow and it looks absolutely fantastic, and you don't have to have all the same colour in the same row. You can go diagonally in rows depending on how mathematically inclined you are. So we'll just continue on until we've covered that cupcake. Alright, so when you get to about this stage, you're just coming up to your last sort of row. Look, I'm definitely not going to say this is the quickest style of frosting. It certainly does take a little bit of time, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So with your last row, you just want to make sure that you really, really neatly finish those ones off, so that they're quite sort of presentable at the top of the cupcake there. And then you want to take your knife, make sure it's nice and clean, and just swipe all the way around the edges. So wipe it off in between each little, I guess, wipe around. So you're just wiping it around that flat top. And that's just going to give you a really nice finish at the top. Keep it all nice and circular. All Alright, so there you have your gorgeous layered scalloped frosting technique. As you can see, it looks fantastic in an array of colours and it's perfect for so many occasions. As always, thank you very much for watching.